Hello, my name is ShadowX, and today I'm going to start a new what if called What If Naruto Was Part of the Yuki clan. I hope you guys enjoy this one. Just wanted to say thank you guys so much for over 600 subscribers, you mean the world to me. So thank you, so let's get this started, so roll the intro. Hello, my name is ShadowX, and I just want to say I'm so thankful for you guys. In over a month and a half, we've reached 627 subscribers, and on the last video I posted, less than a day ago, it's already at 1,000 views. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. And today I'm starting a new what if called What If Naruto Was Part of the Yuki clan. In the beginning, I'm changing Minato's heritage, so he's a Yuki instead of an Amikaze. And if you didn't know, Haku is part of the Yuki clan, and Haku had the Ice Keka Genkai. So, So, we head to the Nine-Tails attack, and in a last-ditch effort, Minato froze half of the Nine-Tails before he used the Reaper Death Seal on his son. When he used the Reaper Death Seal, he sealed all of the Nine-Tails inside of Naruto. After he did this, Kushina saw her husband fall over dead. Kushina rushed to Naruto's side, crying, and when she was crying heavily. Then she saw, instead of the seal metrics being there, it was a scar of the seal metrics. And Kushina thought to herself, "Wait, he sealed the whole Nine-Tails inside of him. Oh no!" At this point, Hiruzen arrived with some medical ninja. The medical ninja were able to stabilize Kushina, but because she had the Nine-Tails extracted from her, she was going to die within a few days. Kushina is rushed to the hospital, where she writes 10 scrolls out. The scrolls contain jutsus from the Yuki clan, Uzumaki clan, and the histories about both clans. And on the 10th scroll, it's to be given to Naruto on his 10th birthday. It's a scroll. If you read this scroll, it gives you the location of a hidden library in the Uzumaki compound, up on the mountainside. Once Kushina finishes the last scroll, she asks one of the nurses if she could hold Naruto, which she is allowed to do because it's her son. When Kushina holds Naruto, she says, "I love you, Naruto. You are going to experience some hardships in this world because you are the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. I'm sorry I couldn't change that fact, but I want you to know I love you." Kushina starts to cry, and when a few tears appear, she dies happily with her son in her arms. Fast forwarding now to when Naruto is 4 years old. He's just walking through the village one late afternoon, and he sees four boys picking on a small girl. So Naruto rushes over and says, "You lot, stop!" But then the 4 boys say, "Oh, that's the demon boy. Let's get him." Naruto is infuriated when they call him a demon and says, "I'm not a demon." Naruto activates his bloodlust, the Nine-Tails bloodlust, and he also is able to create a very cold air by infusing chakra into his fists. When the boys rush at Naruto, Naruto gets punched and beaten, but Naruto has enough. He infuses a lot more chakra into his fists, and then blades start to appear. Then Naruto grabs 2 of the boys and kills them. Then he says to the young girl, "Run now." When she tries to run, 2 other boys try to stop her, but Naruto is already in front of the 2 boys, stabbing them straight through the heart. When the girl leaves, Naruto calms down, and then a random Jonin arrives, knocking Naruto out and stealing the boys' bodies in a scroll. Then the Jonin heads to the Hokage's office. The Jonin knocks on the door and saying, "Lord Third, it's urgent, I need to speak to you." Hiruzen says, "Come in." The Jonin says, "Naruto Yuki killed 4 people, 4 children. Here are their bodies in the scroll, and here is Naruto." Hiruzen says, "Don't speak to anyone about this, I forbid it. And leave now." The Jonin says, "Of course, Lord Third. Of course, Lord Third." Hiruzen decides to wake Naruto up and says, "Naruto, what happened?" Then Naruto says, "Wait, where am I? Old man, where am I?" And Hiruzen says, "It's okay, Naruto. You're in a safe place. What happened?" Well, basically, I was walking down into the forest, and there were four boys like beating up a small girl. When I told them to stop, they called me a demon boy. They said that's the demon boy. Let's get him. They tried to kill me. I got angry, and cold air started to emerge. And when the cold air started to emerge, I felt a presence that I'd never felt before. It felt evil. And then I forced more chakra into my hands, and ice blades appeared. They tried to kill me again. I thought it was kill or be killed, so I killed them. Then I told the girl to leave. She ran away as quick as possible. I did what I needed to do to save her. Then Hiruzen said, Naruto, saved a girl. I'm proud of you. What did the girl look like? Well, she had dark blue hair and pure white eyes. She said, wait, that's Hinata Hyuga. You saved the princess of the Hyuga clan. I'm very proud of you, Naruto. But the parents of the boys are going to they're going to want to know what happened to their sons. But I'm going to tell them that we found their bodies in a forest, so it might have been wild animals who killed them, their boys. And Naruto says, thank you, Lord Third. I owe you my life. Then Hiruzen says, Naruto, your mother wrote this scroll. Read it. Go home and read it. Naruto says, thank you, old man, and rushes home. When he arrives home, he locks the door, then starts to read the scroll. He reads all the history about the Yuki clan and their abilities. The next day, Naruto decides he wants to start training, so he might be able to access that power again. Once he arrives at training field 27, he forces chakra into his hands, but he's only able to create an ice needle, known as a senbon. So Naruto thinks to himself, alright, this is all I can create at the moment. I might as well increase my skill with them. So Naruto spends 4 years learning how to master senbons and master his Ice Keka Genkai. On Naruto's 8th birthday, it's the first day of the academy. So Naruto enters the academy, and then a pink-haired girl says, why is the demon boy here? Then Naruto gets angry and throws the ice senbon right at Sakura. But then Naruto says, don't ever call me a demon. Then sits down. Sasuke Uchiha glares at him and says, why did you do that, demon? Naruto says, I told you not to call me a demon. If you want to fight, let's fight. Then Sasuke runs up to Naruto and tries to punch him, but Naruto grabs Sasuke's arm and starts freezing it. Then Iruka Sensei comes in and says, Naruto, calm down. Then Naruto says, if I was you, I'd take Sasuke Uchiha to the hospital. I've frozen his arm. Then Iruka says, wait, how have you frozen it? I said, well, I'm a Yuki after all. It's my clan's Keka Genkai to freeze things. This makes everyone scared of Naruto, except 2 people. Shikamaru Nara and the girl he saved previously, Hinata Hyuga. 4 years later, at the graduation exam, Naruto is asked to use a clone jutsu and a substitution jutsu. So Naruto uses his ice release ice clone, and he substitutes into Blue Hawks because I thought it would be cool. Naruto passes with flying colours, and then when he's about to head home, Mizuki Sensei asks Naruto, do you want to learn more powerful jutsu from the Yuki clan? Then Naruto says, of course. Then Mizuki says, in the scroll of ceiling, there are some top-ranked Yuki jutsus from your clan, but Lord Third didn't want you to have them because they were too strong. So if you can steal the scroll of ceiling, you'll be able to have those jutsus. Then Naruto says, okay, thank you, Mizuki. So later that day, about midnight, Naruto has managed to steal the scroll of ceiling, but doesn't go to the place Mizuki asked him to go to. He goes to his training ground in the woods, but only he can access, because it was his father's. Naruto doesn't know who his father was, but he only knows his mother was Kushina Uzumaki. Once Naruto arrives at his training ground, he opens the scroll and reads all of the jutsus that are in it, and he copies all of them down. And he learns the Shadow Clone Jutsu, the Ice Release Demonic Ice Mirrors, and a jutsu I created called Ice Release Absolute Zero. This jutsu freezes everything around Naruto in a 1 kilometer radius, including animals, people, and everything else. Then Naruto heads to the location Mizuki told him to meet. Then Mizuki pulls out a demon wind shuriken and is about to throw it at Naruto, saying, "You're the demon brat, you don't deserve to live, so give me that scroll now." Then Naruto says, "No, I will not." Then Naruto says, "Ice release, absolute zero." This creates a massive 1 kilometer radius ice pillar, freezing everything. Then Naruto says, "Too bad, Mizuki sensei. I knew you wanted this scroll for yourself." So Naruto infuses chakra into his fist and punches Mizuki's body, shattering it. At this moment, Iruka arrives and says, "Naruto, what happened?" Then Naruto says, "Iruka, Mizuki tried to get me to steal the scroll of sealing because I'm stupid, really, and I stole it. Then Mizuki tried to kill me, so I killed him. It's kill or be killed." Then Iruka says, "Naruto, are you sure he tried to kill you?" Then Naruto says, "He pulled a demon wind shuriken out of me and was about to throw it, but I used one of my most powerful jutsus to freeze him solid." Then Iruka says, "Wait, where's his body?" Then Naruto says, "It's over there, in pieces." Then Iruka says, "Wow, Naruto, you're strong." Then Naruto says, "Yes, I am. Take this back to the Hokage and say, Mizuki tried to kill the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, so he killed him." Then Iruka says, "Wait, you know you're the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki?" Then Naruto says, "Yes, I do. On my 10th birthday, I received a scroll that my mother wrote, explaining everything about my birth." Then Iruka says, "Wait, how do you know who your mother is? And do you know who your father is?" Naruto says, "I don't know who my father is, but I know he was a Yuki, and I know there's not many of us left. But I know my mother was Kushina Uzumaki. She was the leader of the Uzumaki clan, in her day, anyway." A few hours later, Naruto is summoned to the Hokage's office, and Naruto says, "Oh man, it's 3 a.m. What do you want with me?" Then Iruka says, "Naruto, you did very well today. Your mother wanted you to have this once you turned 10 years old. But I didn't think you were ready then. But I do think you're ready now, considering you defeated a Chunin class fighter." Then Naruto says, "Of course, Lord Third, what is it?" Hiruzen says it's a scroll that contains a lot of secrets about the Uzumaki clan. Then Naruto says, "Of course, I'll take it." Naruto opens up the scroll and finds a location. So Naruto leaves Hiruzen's office and says, "Bye, old man." Naruto heads to the location on the map, on the scroll, and Naruto finds it's a run-down Uzumaki complex. Then Naruto reads more into the scroll and it says, "Below the tatami mats in the storage shed, there's a ladder going down to a secret library that you need to have blood on the gate for the door to open." So Naruto grabs one of his knives and says, "Alright." Well, thinks to himself, saying, "Alright, now's the time." Naruto heads down to the secret library, cuts his hand, and marks the door with blood. The door opens, and Naruto sees thousands and thousands of scrolls. Naruto thinks to himself, "Oh, I've got to learn all these." Then Naruto decides, no one else knows about this, so I'm going to seal it all I'm going to seal this place up until I'm ready. Naruto seals the door, but first he takes 2 scrolls, a summoning contract and a scroll about the adamantine chains. Naruto thinks to himself, "Alright, a summoning jutsu will be good, and a contract for an animal would be good, but I've read about this in one of Mum's other scrolls. A Kekkei Genkai called the Adamantine Chains. It's meant to be really powerful and has enough power to seal a tailed beast." So Naruto thinks to himself, "Alright, this will be useful if I can master this Kekkei Genkai." The next day, Naruto heads to the academy to find all his other classmates who passed the Genin exam, and Naruto is put on Team 8 with Hinata Hyuga and Shino Aburame. Naruto says, "Oh, Hinata, Shino, I'm glad I'm on the same team as you." And they both say yes, we're happy as well. But Hinata blushes when he says this. Alright, 10 minutes later, Kurenai Sensei arrives and says, "My team is Naruto Uzumaki, Hinata Hyuga, and Shino Aburame. So 3 of you, please come with me." They head to teammates' training ground. Then Kurenai says, if one of you can hit me, you pass. And once you pass, we'll do introductions. Because if you don't pass, I don't see a reason in doing your introductions. Then Naruto says, "Guys, do you mind if I deal with this?" Then they say yes, of course. They know what Naruto's strength is like because they've seen him multiple battles in their training and taijutsu lessons. But they also know Naruto was known as Rookie of the Year because his marks were excellent in the academy. So Naruto says, Ice Release. Freezing Floor. This creates a 500-meter radius where all of the ground is frozen and anyone on the floor is stuck in place. This freezes Kurenai, Hinata, and Shino. But Naruto says, you guys, just hold on for a sec, I'll release the jutsu in a minute. Then Naruto creates an ice senbon out of thin air by freezing all of the oxygen in the air. Then Naruto holds the senbon up to Kurenai's throat and says, I believe we win. And Kurenai says, of course, well done, so please undo this jutsu. Naruto goes through 10 hand signs, says, ice release, ice floor, crack. All of the ice starts to crack and everyone is able to move again. Then Naruto says, sorry guys, I stole the limelight. As an apology, I'll take you all out for lunch. And that includes you, Kurenai sensei. Then Shino says, can we go for some barbecue? Then Naruto says, yes, I was planning on going there anyway. When they arrive, they see Team 10, who, is Asuma, Asuma, Shikamaru, Choji, and Ino. Once Naruto sees Shikamaru, he says, so how did you do, Shika? And Shikamaru says, stop calling me that, Naruto. He said, we passed, but it was a drag. And Naruto says, well, we passed easily as well. They have their food, have a good chat with each other. Then Kurenai says, alright, let's get to training. They spend 1 month training, and Kurenai sees Naruto's skill. Then she says, Naruto, have you killed anyone before? Then Naruto says, yes. I've killed 5 people. 4 of them were when I was very young. Because at that point I didn't know why everyone was calling me a demon, but I do now. It's because of the QB inside of me. But when I was 4 years old, 4 people were attacking Hinata, and they called me the demon brat. I lost control, and I formed an ice sword and killed them all. And the 5th person, that was Mizuku Sensei. He was a traitor to the Hidden Leaf. He wanted the Scroll of Sealing for himself, and I'm gonna guess he was trying to go to another nation. So, I killed him very quickly and mercifully. I didn't want him taking that scroll to another nation. And Kurenai says, Naruto, you did the best thing. Also, thank you for protecting Hinata. You probably don't know, but she has a massive crush on you. Then Naruto says, wait, is that what it is? Oh, I just thought she was weird. Then Kurenai hits Naruto on the head saying, she's not weird, she's just, well, shy. Then Naruto says, alright, let's get to training. They spend another 2 months training, and then, in this time, Hinata and Shino are a lot stronger because of Naruto's influence. And Shino's bugs they've created an immunity to the cold. Even Naruto's ice cannot harm his beetles or any of his bugs now, and Hinata's got used to the cold. Even if Naruto used absolute zero, he couldn't hurt her, because her skin and immunity, all their skin is used to the cold now. Even that cold. The Naruto says, alright, I believe it's time I show you something else. The Naruto focuses the chakra into his hand, and adamantine chains appear. The Naruto says, this is my second Kekkei Genkai, the Kekkei Genkai of the Uzumaki clan. Then Naruto fires out the adamantine chains, restricting all 3 of them. Then Naruto says, I want you, this is something I am able to do. It takes a lot of chakra and a lot of focus, but I'm able to do it. Then Kurenai says, Naruto, you have you're a genetic marvel. I'm surprised, even surprised you have the Ice Kekkei Genkai, considering the Yuki clan is practically dying out. Then Naruto says, I know, it's incredibly rare to have, 2 clans merge, create offspring that is able to use both of that clan's Kekkei Genkai. From what I've read, there is another Uzumaki Kekkei Genkai, but I do not have it yet. I'm working on it though. Basically, it's like a dojutsu, but it's not. It's a ceiling Keke Genkai. Just like the adamantine chains, but it's in your eyes. Then Kurenai says, Naruto, you're a genius. The next month they spend doing D-rank missions, just catching cats and doing chores for people in the village. And the next time they head to the Hokage's office, it's 5 months after they became Genin. Naruto says, old man, can we please have a higher rank mission? You know my skills. They're good enough. And my team, they're incredibly strong. So please can we have a C rank mission? Hiruzen says, Kurenai, do you think your team is ready? Then she says, I know we're ready. Naruto is at least a Jonin rank ninja, but he's very young and doesn't have the experience. But in strength, taijutsu, ninjutsu, and genjutsu, and fuinjutsu, he is a Jonin. Hinata and Shino, they're both high tunings and everything. So I definitely think they're ready for a C rank mission. Then Hiruzen says, Tarzana, you may come in now. Then an old man comes in and says, what, are those brats supposed to protect me? Then Naruto says, I know you. You're the legendary bridge builder from the land of waves. Then Tarzana says, I am. Who may you be? Then Naruto says, my name is Naruto Uzumaki Yuki. Then Tarzana thinks, wait, weren't those two clans wiped out? Then Naruto says, yeah, my clans were wiped out, but I'm a genetic marvel having both of the Keke Genkai of the clans. So don't underestimate me, old man. Then Naruto starts to freeze the air in the room and creates chains. Then Kurenai hits Naruto on the head with a book saying, Naruto, calm down. Then Naruto says, I'm sorry sensei. Tarzana thinks to himself that he's gonna be protected now. Then Hiruzen says, Tarzana, this is your escort. These are your escorts. So, treat them with respect and they'll get you there. Then everyone walks to the village gates. Once they arrive, Naruto says, alright, can we head off now? Then Kurenai says, of course. 10 hours into their journey, they are attacked by 4 tunings, but Naruto activates his chains, piercing them all in the scalp. Then Kurenai says, Tarzana, why are tuning level ninja attacking you? Then Tarzana explains everything, how his village is very poor because of the mercenary boss Gato and drug lord. Then Kurenai says, I understand. And because Naruto's here, I don't believe we need backup. So we're going to continue with this mission. Also, we're quite far away from the village, and I don't really want to walk back. Then 20 minutes later, they're attacked by a massive sword. But Naruto says, Uzumaki style, chain wall. Then his adamantine chains appear from the ground, stopping the sword. Naruto says, ooh, this will be nice. Then Naruto freezes the sword and smashes it into 1,000 pieces. Then a deep voice says, Oi, that was my sword. Then Naruto says, well, not anymore. Then Naruto creates 1,000 ice senbons and fires them at Zabuza. Then Naruto says, I can sense your teammate over there. She has the power of ice, doesn't she? I can sense her chakra. She has the same power as me. Then Haku arrives. Then Naruto throws an ice senbon at her. And then she says, wait, ice? No, this can't be. Are you a Yuki? Then Naruto says, my name is Naruto Uzumaki Yuki. Wait. Then Haku says, wait, I thought I was the last Yuki alive. Naruto says, no. I thought I was as well. Can I ask you two something? Why are you attacking Tatsuna? And Zabuza says, we were paid to. Well, we're going to be paid once he is dead. Then Naruto says, how much is Gato paying you? Then they tell them the price, and then Naruto says, well, let me put it this way. Gato is worth around about 1 billion Ryo, including all of his ships and his actual worth, and all of his connections. So, if you help me kill him, you can have 20% of that worth, and 60% will go to the people in the land of waves, and 20% will go to the land of, the village in the leaves. Everyone agrees to this. Then Haku says, are you really a Yuki? Then Naruto says, I'm a half Yuki, but I have access to the clan's Keke Genkai ice release. Then Naruto says, I've been waiting to use this for a while. Naruto walks into the water and uses absolute zero. This shocks Haku and everyone else who hasn't seen the move before. Then Naruto says, yeah, this was a forbidden jutsu from the Yuki clan. Then Haku says, "Wait, you said you're from from the village in the leaves. How did any Yukis get over there? We're from the village hidden in the mist." Then Naruto says, "Well, my father was a Yuki, and he was born in the leaf. I don't know how his parents got there, but that's how mine got there." Then Haku says, "Well, my mother and father were murdered in front of my eyes because of our ability to create ice." Then Naruto says, "I know. I've heard rumors about the Yuki being murdered because of our abilities. It's not fair." Then Naruto also says, "If you come back to the leaf, I can reforge Zabuza's sword, and you'll be entered as a leaf ninja. Also, we could do with more Yuki clan members in the leaf. It's sad being just me." Then Haku says, "Alright, once we kill Zabuza, we'll think about it." 10 days later, Haku and everyone else is on the bridge, waiting for Gato. And then Gato says, why is he, and Gato arrives and says, "Why isn't Tazna dead?" Then Naruto says, "Well, simple, because you're gonna die." Then Naruto uses Ice Release, Demonic Ice Senbon. Naruto infuses a lot of his wind chakra into his Ice Senbon and fires them at lightning speed. This kills 90% of Gato's men and stabs Gato in 10 of his vital points. Then Naruto goes up to Gato, creating an ice sword, throws it to Zabuza and says, "Zabuza, you do it." Then Zabuza kills Gato, and then Zabuza says, "I like this sword, brat." And Naruto says, "Well, I'm going to reforge yours." Then Zabuza says, "You don't have to reforge it. It will grow back once it has blood. It's the Kiribocho's special ability." And Naruto says, "I've got the handle here." Alright. I know Uzumaki said brilliant regen, so Naruto slashes his own gut, and the sword repairs. But at that point, Kurona says, "Naruto, what?" But Naruto's body is just healing. Then Kurona thinks it must be the fox. But then 10 seconds later, Naruto is fine, but Hinata rushes to Naruto's side and starts crying that he's gonna die. But Naruto says, "Hinata, I'm fine. Just look." Then Naruto undoes his windbreaker and shirt, and they see a scar, but not from the blade. It's Naruto's tetragram seal. Then Naruto says, "Yeah, there's something I should tell you guys. If you didn't already know, I am the Jinchuriki of the Nine-Tailed Fox. My father sealed it inside of me when I was practically born, because my mother was the previous, she was the previous Jinchuriki, and because it was extracted from her 12 years ago, and it couldn't be put back in her, I received the full Nine-Tailed Fox because my father used the Reaper Death Seal, killing himself, and it sealed the full Nine Tails inside of me. It didn't leave a seal matrix. It left a seal matrix scar." Hinata starts crying and she hugs Naruto. And Naruto says, "It's alright, Hinata." Naruto, being quite the smooth man he is, he kisses her on the forehead and says, "Hinata, I need you to stay calm." And then Naruto gets up and then says, "Zabuza, let's me and you go to Gato's warehouse. Then you can have 20% of everything. And then you're coming with us to the leaf." Once they arrive at Zabuza's warehouse, they see all of the villagers' Rio. Then Naruto says, "Alright, here I've sealed 20% of the worth into one scroll for you and Haku, and 20% for the village in the leaves. But if you wouldn't mind, can you throw me a big scroll?" Then Zabuza says, "Here, brat." He throws him a massive scroll, and then Naruto says, "Alright." Then Naruto seals 60% of everything Gato has, well, had anyway, into the scroll, and then they leave. But Naruto places explosion tags everywhere in the building. And once they leave, Naruto covers the building with a thin layer of ice, so the explosion wouldn't create massive devastation. So Naruto activates the explosion tags, and the whole building explodes. Once they arrive at Tazuna's house, Naruto says, "Here, Tazuna, you are now the new daimyo of this land, and also here is 60% of all of Gato's worth. There is 600 million Ryo there. I want you, I want you to repair this village, and once everything's done, I want you to come back to the village in the leaves, and well, basically I want you to create a small alliance between the two villages, only because you're a very big asset, and we would love to have your help in future endeavors. Then Tarzan says, Naruto, Uzumaki, Yuki, I'm in your debt. Then everyone else heads back to the village hidden in the leaves, including Haku and Zabuza. Once they arrive, Naruto says, alright, you two, can you follow me to the Hokage's office? Under the Hokage. Then, once they arrive at the Hokage's office, Naruto says, old man, this is Zabuza Momochi and Haku Yuki. They want to join our village. Zabuza is an S-rank ninja in the bingo book, and Haku is a high tuning, low jonin ninja. Then Haru says, of course. But first, because of Zabuza's crimes, he'll spend 1 month in prison. Then Naruto says that's fair, but also here. Naruto gives Haruzen a scroll. Then Naruto says, there is about 200 million Ryo in there. We killed Gato, and I we formed an alliance with the Land of Waves because of Tazna, the new daimyo. Then Hiruzen says, wait, what? How is this happened? Then Naruto says, basically, we killed Gato, and Tazna is rebuilding the Land of Waves to how it should be. Alright, this is where I'm going to end off part 1 of What If Naruto Was a Yuki. Hope you guys enjoyed.